Welcome back, everyone, to the Paige Kornblue Show. This episode is brought to you by SoCo Social, the go-to social media agency for fashion, beauty, lifestyle, and wellness brands. Travel with me. For many of you, not far, and for some of you, a perfect getaway, no matter where you're coming from. PK is on the road with an inside look at the Boca Raton, the legendary South Florida resort, Forbes 5-star beach club and spa, golf, tennis, the club. Well, what's to come? What's new? What makes this a fabulous getaway and club? Here with the scoop, some updates, and hopefully a cup of coffee from Sadelle's. Justin, you are empty-handed, but I know where to meet you. The Boca Raton Executive Director of Membership, Justin Ely.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me.
Good morning. Coffee, cocktail, we enjoy them all.
You know, take your pick.
I know. Let's do that, and hopefully some friends join us. Let's first paint a picture for our friends who haven't been, perhaps maybe listening from afar, interested in a South Florida destination. How do you explain the Boca Raton?
How do I explain the Boca Raton? In many ways,
yeah.
But I think the main value propositions of Boca Raton as a destination, as well as the club and the resort, is our location. It's so easy to access Boca Raton. You have 3 major airports. Being here, you're right in the middle of Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, just less than an hour from Miami. So there's so much access to so many different things here. And I think that's what's always going to make it super unique and the main reason why people want to live here, because you're in reach of everything. Even if you go over to the Historical Society and you look at some of the things that Addison Meisner was talking about back in the 20s, he was talking about that Boca Raton is right within reach of Palm Beach and Miami. So it's always been the location first and foremost. So I think that's always where we start, especially for newcomers to the area. I think the second is everybody that I meet with, whether they've lived here for a long time or they're moving to the area, they all say the same thing. They want a great lifestyle where they can live on or near the water. They want a boat, they want a convertible, they want to make a lot of great friends, they want to, do all the things they always thought about, like golf and pickleball and tennis, and the club offers all of those things. And it's really the social hub of the local community here in East Boca Raton. So for people that are looking to get connected or have a place where they can raise their family, similar to your story of a place that you grew up and now you're raising your family there, those are the really key elements of what make the club so special. And while it's always going to be relevant to get involved.
Yeah, I'm a proud lifer, I like to say. I was born, thankfully my parents came, my dad in the 60s, mom in the 70s, and dad was there every other day playing tennis, and
Yes.
then all of the holidays. And so growing up, you don't realize it when you're little, but, and then, the prom, lots of the proms are there, and then in town. And then we had, I say I got engaged there, married there, divorced there, the whole gamut.
You're
and
not
now,
alone. There's
now,
many people that have done
there,
that.
but and it's okay. And the kids too, growing up, they just it's a home away from home, and oh my goodness, how lucky are we?
Totally blessed. Yeah, people will bring me photo albums, they'll show me, or they'll join the club because their grandparents were members or their parents were members, and they'll talk about, colleagues that played an important part of their life. People that they had met over the years. They'll bring photographs of all those special times, like
Sure.
things that you recognized, or restaurants that used to be there. And, the fabric of the history is so unique and interesting, and it provides so much depth. It's not just a hotel or some country club. There's really rich history here, which is something that, kind of lacks in South Florida, so that we have it and that we get to be a part of it. Also is really, great for all of us.
Yeah, we'll have to do a separate episode with just the history of the resort. So
It
sign
definitely
me up for
deserves
that
its
one.
own. Yeah.
It certainly does. And to me, it's just so exciting. And I think for those, whether you're local and you want a quick hotel stay, just a getaway, a staycation, or you're a member, or you're coming in from out of town, I always say it's a one-stop shop, right? And you don't have to leave all day long, and or all weekend long,
Right.
or whether you're having your event there, and that's so much fun.
Yeah, it's a 200-acre property that's gated and private, only open to registered hotel guests and members. So as you mentioned, there's 5 different hotel buildings, really something for every type of traveler. There's bungalows, which are great for people that are relocating or doing home renovations because they're 2-bedroom units with full kitchens. There's the tower, which is the tallest building in Palm Beach County, so the views are really spectacular there. But that building is really designed for multi-generational families. It's mostly suite products and connecting rooms. And then we have the adults-only yacht club, which is that very traditionally elegant luxury experience. And then the Cloister, which is in the heart of everything. And then the Forbes 5-star Beach Club that you mentioned, which is oceanfront. Yes, absolutely. It's designed for travelers and leisure travelers and meetings and events we host there. But the members really take a significant portion of those room nights, which they use for themselves, for special occasions, friends and family that are visiting. They host their own meetings and events there. So the hotel component and the club component work really well together. It's all really shared, and members have access to all of those amenities. It's built for them.
What is the plan moving forward? We want to talk about the new golden era, which you've already done in the last couple of years. So let's, I guess, start there and then move into the plan.
It started in 2019 when MSD purchased the property. That was in July of 2019. And then we expedited the renovation plans of the harbor side, which is the intercoastal side, when COVID hit. It was an amazing opportunity for the ownership group and our team to take advantage of this terrible time and really do these renovations and kind of get things expedited and the construction done and all the renovations. So I would say we're about 95% complete with the harbor side. It was about a $200 million renovation. It's turned out so well. Members are elated with the new pool club and the new restaurants, particularly those in partnership with Major Food Group and all of those things.
And when you talk about the pool club, we're talking about a lazy river, water slides for
the
kids.
A 4-acre, $60 million waterfront pool club.
Right. With the best view in town.
Exactly. And oceanfront or waterfront dining, which is so rare in our area, which is always troubling, but glad that we have that option. So it's been a really exciting time. And as we're coming to the conclusion of finishing up everything at Harborside, starting in April, we're going to do some renovations over at the Beach Club. So it's going to be pretty significant. I mean, really, all the public areas, the guest rooms, definitely work on kind of repositioning some things for people like you who remember the club in years past, where the current fitness center is. That's going to go back to being a large restaurant. So we're going to have that element. We're going to move fitness and wellness all to a new separate area. There's tons of enhancements happening over there. So we're really excited for that. People that move to South Florida or that already live here, everybody wants either access to the beach or to be at the beach as much as possible. So for us to really take that opportunity to elevate what we're already offering there, which is already great. It's already a Forbes 5-star property, but to continue to elevate it and keep it new and fresh, particularly for the members, that's something that our ownership is committed to doing and where they're going next.
What's the vision for the new beach club? What's behind it in terms of?
Yeah, I mean, the beach club is always going to be a family-friendly place. I think, we all have such busy lives that when you can take a few hours, drive over, valet park your car, walk out to half a mile of private beach, and our team gets you set up with chairs, chase lounges, towels, and umbrellas, and you can spend a couple of hours or the whole day, that's really special. So we're always thinking about how can we really help make that a really elevated, really comfortable, carefree experience for the member or the hotel guest so that they can just relax and bask in those couple of hours that they have. And if they have their children there, to really just have a couple of hours to be together as a family or create special moments and experiences. That's really the business that we're in. We're in the business of creating environments and experiences. So once we kind of create that space, then it's up to the members and the hotel guests to have a good time or to have fun. But we want to really try to create the best experience that we can create that's uniquely Boca Raton, that takes advantage of our setting and our local offerings. So that's what we're committed to.
Got it. Talk about the athletic side. So we got tennis, pickleball, golf. Yes. What's happening there? Any updates on that front?
Well, all those amenities continue to be extremely popular with the membership. We're going to add to our pickleball offerings, which is really great. Pickleball is obviously taken off nationwide, we're no different than that. But the beauty of pickleball, I think, is that it's such a social sport, and people get involved with our club because they want to build community and social connections, and it's a very social club. So when you go to pickleball on Saturday morning over at the club, it's busy, but not everybody's even playing pickleball. Some people are there just to see their friends, to meet up, to have coffees together, to go to the member lounge afterwards. It's really fun. So we're going to expand that offering of pickleball. Tennis continues to be very, very strong. That's, a big part of our heritage, even as you mentioned that your dad played there, all the time. Very, very important. Golf, same. All those leisure amenities, new directors, across the board in a lot of these spaces. Really trying to elevate the programming and our offerings to members.
Justin, everyone knows prices for everything has been going up, including a membership at a club, all clubs across the country. Clubs. Really. I mean, you can't not, right? And you can't make improvements without it going up. How has that been for you on the membership side? Just so it goes, right? I mean, you can't not do it and improve your facilities.
Yeah, I mean, we're in our renewal period right now, which is where we share our dues for the upcoming season. Our members have been so, open to changes and really behind us in all of these things. We have these subcommittees. We have our President's Advisory Committee where we sit and we talk about what's important to members. We did a big member survey this year, and that's what we really kind of use to guide a lot of where we're headed in the future. So as far as dues and things are concerned, I mean, we hear very little feedback from our members about it. Our members are really passionate about the club. They refer their friends to join with us. They entertain with us. They bring their families to the club. So to them, there's a very high value. I completely agree. If I didn't work there, I would be a club member in a second.
Yeah. Yeah. What times a year, for those who are local maybe and are looking for, the old school rates, which don't always exist anymore, but are there certain times a year? I mean, we know the summer, right? That's always good for locals. But year round, if families coming in, any tips on
the destinations just changed. Yeah. I mean, it's even like as we were looking back over this summer, as we were preparing for this summer, we thought, how many people are leaving? That used to be the big thing, that people came to Boca Raton just for 6 months or whatever. Now people are here full time. Families are staying. They might take a family vacation. They might leave for 3 or 4 weeks, but predominantly speaking, most people are here full time now. So it's changed. We don't have like those peaks and valleys like we used to have on the hotel side of the business. It just doesn't really exist that much anymore. But if you had to look at it, I would say August and September are the slowest, primarily because people are getting their kids back to school. There's just a lot happening in people's personal lives in those summer months. Those that don't have children are typically on the road. Most of our members that have been calling or texting me are in Italy or France or wherever. They're taking those trips because the peak of the summer season is over in Europe. Kids are back to school, so a lot of people are off doing that. But yeah, it's changed.
It's changed. Huge anniversary coming up. You mentioned Addison Meisner.
Yes.
The 100-year is right around the corner. And I love how the resort has preserved the old and also, celebrating the new.
Right.
And you do a very good job of that. So I'm sure some big celebrations are to come.
All in the works. There's lots of conversations. How do we celebrate all of this? Our CEO, Daniel Hostetler's vision is really 25 stars by 2025. That would have us in a great position for 2026 when we have our 100-year anniversary. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'll be spectacular.
Mr. Hostetler, hope to get him in here one day soon.
Yes, absolutely. He would love it.
Yeah. Tell me about his vision and partnering, obviously, with MSD and kind of what their overall plan is, just so the community kind of knows a little bit about what they're looking at.
Sure. The plan is to own this hotel for a long time, to continue to invest in it, to make it the best club in South Florida and one of the best resorts, if not the best resort in America. That's the vision. So how do we get there? It takes time. Obviously, it takes investments. I think that you can see through what we've done at Harborside, what we're going to do at Beach Club. And then it's the service culture and the culture that we create and that Mr. Hostetler leads. And so, with his vision and kind of we use the Forbes 5-star standards as our service guide. So as we put those things together and then just how we as the leadership team build culture on our own teams and take care of one another. And by doing that, that's that will be the guiding principles that our team uses for members and guests to create those experiences like what I talked about, and kind of creating those environments that people want to be there because they'll feel how the culture feels. They'll feel that, we're all committed to creating these great experiences. So that's kind of the place that we're in. I mean, the hotel and club right now is phenomenal as it can be right now, but we want to continue to press forward and be innovative and offer relevant offerings with amenities. That's why those subcommittees and PAC committee and feedback that we get from our members, we take it very seriously. Another thing that we're opening actually for this coming season is called Second Story. So at our $60 million Harborside Pool Club, there's this rooftop space that we really kind of weren't sure what to do with. And, that's kind of the beauty of having MSD as our ownership group and Mr. Hotsteller. They don't really want to jump into anything. It's like, let's be really thoughtful about what we do because we're going to own this club for a long time. So it's been decided that we're going to make it a members-only space. It's going to be open in the afternoons and evenings, but imagine a waterfront, second story, rooftop type feeling space. We're partnering with Enemiga Tequila, so we'll have a tequila partner in there with specialty cocktails and drinks, live music, the waterfront breeze. Obviously, as you know, Lake Boca with all the boats coming in and out of the inlet. It's just a wonderful place to sit and relax and meet people and meet other members. So we're really excited to get that space launched, and that was something that the members had been asking us for. It's something we're really excited to get off the ground. I
have to say, you do listen, which is really nice to have, I know it's not an easy job, right, when you've got so many different voices coming at you in different ways. But
the members, collectively are entrepreneurial people,
sure,
are involved philanthropically, are extremely well-traveled, have seen, tasted, and experienced all these things, and they want us to offer that same thing. And we do, but how can we always continue to grow? So it's like you have all of this collective, really amazing feedback from people that absolutely should be talking about it and helping us and giving us their insights because we're building for them. And I think Mr. Hotsteller very much appreciates feedback. It's extremely important to him. He reads every comment card, every survey result, everything that comes to his desk, he really looks at. And it's been really strong for our team to kind of model after that because it's true. We have to listen to our customers.
Yeah. You mentioned philanthropic. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the community,
Let's do it.
Boca Raton's history, and how people can connect with you on the community side. So we'll just be right back. When it comes to social media and elevating your brand, you want a company that gets you, your business, and your product, like SoCo Social. If you struggle with content creation, consistent posting, keeping up with the latest trends, and staying ahead of your competition, SoCo Social's got your back. With over 15 years of combined experience, SoCo Social knows a thing or two when it comes to creating killer content that converts your followers into customers. No more wasting your time trying to figure out what to post. SoCo Social brings consistency to your brand's online presence. Ready to see your brand grow? Well, you can visit their website. That's www.socosocial.com. SOKOE social.com. The go-to social media agency for fashion, beauty, lifestyle, and wellness brands. Welcome back, everybody, to the Paige Kornblue Show. I have the Boca Raton's Executive Director of Membership, Justin Ely, with me on the show today. Thanks so much for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Hop, skip, and a jump over here.
Yes, exactly.
We're nearly on property, aren't we, here in downtown
totally.
Boca Raton. We talked about community involvement, and so much of the Boca Raton's history has been events and parties and just gatherings, right? Day, night, family, and of course, community and charities and whatnot. What's your message to the community these days in terms of, I know you connect so well with different organizations and are working hard to do so.
Yes. One, we have a responsibility to be connected, right? We're the largest employer here. We are the caretakers of Addison Meisner's vision at the Boca Raton, and we bring so many travelers to the area, and even club members and people that join here or decide to live here because of the club, right? So we have definitely a responsibility to give back to the community, And it's part of our history. It's part of the fabric of what the resort is, that we do those things. And, over the years, it changes with ownership groups and leadership, because everyone, particularly those that are put in leadership positions of the resort and the club, they all have their personal, organizations and things that they're involved with. And then just the general membership, is a very philanthropic giving membership. So the reason that so many events and things are hosted are because the people that volunteer to serve on these committees for all of these various organizations are club members. So they want to use their time and voice to support these organizations. And then the club, going back to like what I shared, we create the environment for these events. And the events can be giving events. They can be celebratory events. They can be serious events, board meetings, things like that. So we kind of create those environments. And one of those huge environments is the charity philanthropic community.
I think one thing that's important is when new members come, they often say, "Hey, Justin," or to any one of your team, and they say, "How can I help in the community?" And so there's so many different triangles and different ways that it's all woven together, and always has been.
Yes, it's the best part. I meet with new families that move here, and they're like, maybe we had relatives that lived in Boca Raton, or we came to the hotel for vacation or whatever, and our friends are moving here. We want, kind of like I said before, we want a house on or near the water. We want a boat. We want a great social community, and we want to get plugged in. Help us. Where should we live? Where should our kids go to school? It's like we get very deep into some people's lives, but I love it. It's the best part, because we can really show them how the club can catalyst all these different things and relationships and business deals, and it all kind of works together. And then we can help get them plugged in. I was working with the Historical Society for a while, and still do, but I was like, we need to come up with a package, because I meet all these people that are coming here, and they're like, yeah, we were over at Misner Park. And I'm like, hold on, stop. We have a responsibility as we're like onboarding you into our community. You need to know who Addison Meisner is. And so we set up like a new member package with the Historical Society so that we can provide them tickets and the event calendar so that they can go and learn. It doesn't have to be a whole day. It can just be an hour, 2 hours, but learning about why this is important and who our community is really important.
So how did you land here? How did you land at the Boca Raton? Tell us a little bit about your background.
Sure. I got involved in the hotel business after college. And in the hotel business, you grow your career by moving around. So the more flexible you are, the quicker you can grow. So I did that. I've kind of lived everywhere. But I had worked for a company, LXR Luxury Resorts. It was part of Blackstone. And Boca was always kind of the crown jewel of the collection. And so all because Boca did all the cool stuff. It had all the amenities. It hosted all the high-end groups and events. There's something special about it. It wasn't open to the public, all those great things. And so then the resort's former president, John Tolbert, he and I had a relationship from this other company. And so he offered me an opportunity to come here almost 8 years ago and be the director of sales overseeing hotel and leisure sales. And then when the ownership change happened and we were talking about building the future, I was like, man, I really want to be involved in the club. The gentleman that was overseeing club announced his retirement. I called the ownership group. What do you guys think about this? They thought it was a great idea. Mr. Hosteller thought it was a great idea. I moved over to membership, so it's been about 2.5 years. But, it's an incredible place, and it's a great place to live and be, and there's nowhere like it. A lot of these country clubs and other resorts, they all start to feel the same. It's like whether you're in, Naples or Miami, they all start to kind of get the same elements, the same feel. And the unique thing about Boca is because of the history, because of the makeup of the membership, because of the size, because of the amenity offering, it's really unique that it has everything from marina to golf and tennis and beach, that it all exists in one place. And then you put the social community on top of it, there's just nothing like it.
What's your advice for those who perhaps are considering jumping into the hospitality industry?
The hospitality industry is so much fun, number one. You get to touch a lot of different business segments. You're involved in food and beverage. You're involved in operations. You're involved in kind of those country club type elements like golf and tennis. There's the hotel side. There's the pricing side, revenue management. There's the people people side because of the size. We have 1,800 employees, and that swells in the peak seasons and goes up. And you meet so many incredible creatives. That's probably, the part I like the most, whether it's the leisure guest or the member or the meeting planner, whoever. They're very creative. And so kind of being in that creative space, again, creating experiences in the environment that we set, that's really unique. And I think people are always going to want that sense of escapism, whether it's being as part of a club or a hotel guest. So if that's exciting to you, then the hotel industry is definitely something to consider.
What have we left out that you wanted to let people know, or perhaps they're considering a membership, just not quite sure? Or
I think that Boca Raton is an incredible place. I think if you're ever looking to move here, regardless of what's happening economically or politically or whatever, Boca Raton is just a strong, safe bet, in my opinion. I'm a homeowner here. I love it. I just can't imagine not being part of this community. So I think if you're looking to move to Boca Raton, now's the time to do it. If you're looking for club membership, now's the time to get involved, because the community is continuing to elevate. I literally meet with new families every day that are moving here, and they're quality, kind people that are looking to build community. They're successful in their own right, which is allowing them and affording them the opportunity to be here. And it's just an incredible time, I think, for our community. And I think that, MSD's vision of buying the hotel and doing what they've done over the past couple of years and what they'll continue to do in the future is really the catalyst for a lot of it.
Onward and upward. And
totally.
I mean,
now's the time.
Yeah, now is the time. Well, Justin, thank you so much. How can people connect with you and the resort?
Absolutely. So our club website is thebocaraton.club.com. You can submit inquiries there for membership. You can connect with us on social. On Instagram, it's the Boca Raton, and follow us. We push out lots of great content and kind of give you a glimpse of what life and club membership is like at the Boca Raton.
And everything is classy. Whatever you guys touch, I tell you. I'm not a big fan or anything. I have to say, it's my one of my home away from homes. Totally. I'm just proud to have you all here and continuing to make this community better.
Yeah, thank you for your membership and, of course, all of your ongoing support. It's totally recognized, and we appreciate it.
Well, cheers, and I'll put all those links that Justin mentioned on my website. I always say it's pagecornblue.com, page with an I, and cornblue with a K. Perfect. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
All right, now for that coffee and cocktail.
That's right.
Which one? We'll see. We'll decide. All right, until next time, everybody. Cheers.